midi kaka ye no enkomo mienu egu apono so na very important say ye beti no e de free hotel na afi yetimi abafie. And we call the Greater Accra Regional Hospital BBC wo ho. Me nua Ralph. I mean there was an event a see wo ho. Ma yentie sound no emra na wankasa tie de course.
If you're the only person I can allow 3 days. So if you can dress it,
that's why I was coming to dress. I was coming to feature it for you myself. So if you can wait a bit, so if like you can wait when I'm ready, I'll come for you.
Right.
Okay.
That's fine.
Who said you have a job tomorrow?
No, let's respect him. Let's respect him. If you're the only person I can allow 3 days. So if you can dress it,
that's why I was coming to dress. I was coming to feature it for you myself. So if you can wait a bit, so if like you can wait when I'm ready, I'll come for you.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. Everything right. I say I'm money papi. I say I'm money papi mo. I think maybe I say. So okay, tell me say, oh you're concerned about video and that public echo viral. But when you're concerned about nipa na own you now.
Did they attend to the person? Did they do the necessary treatment? A civilian came to do that. You are yet they're all rich. Let's don't know how to talk nonsense.
Charlie, I've been bleeding for like 3 hours now. 3 hours. What did you park? Where did you park?
Ati where nra abranti your friend Ralph the Greater Accra Regional Hospital and video I will show on Facebook is here see wakonya motor accident wade nadamfo ba ko wati motor nachi ana womo equal ridge say womo kwa kope treatment na womo do ridge no it was more than say one na chief executive hospital ho Mamenko ahomane so na mene Mame Sarah Dankwa senior nursing officer the Greater Accra Regional Hospital mene no eni nkomo Mame anopointment ka mache empom te sen
Eradi adom eja na won so
Eradi adom yenso ye ho ye na de di kai enro na wo adwuma mu de
mba so ai enro na me wo adwuma mu
enti wo adwuma mu enro ai de ye da sesa do pe waje so na ede airport ne si enro ewo maso ye ho
maybe that was you for so I say I'm not paying me chill be this quite an ambiguous question question because anybody brace me hospital and number 1 me emergency ward as a nurse it's the one I'm practicing.
Okay.
Number 2 I work directly under under a unit called the research unit. DWEN, so me work directly under the head of nursing. Apart from that, and also no, because incidents see and medical director would duty that time, no. Ralph Oba hospital, one not director, name directly, now I can see say as of yesterday, almost all the emergency departments were working directly under the medical director.
Okay.
And some question I can be answering a few questions from every section. That can satisfy you at the moment.
Yes, maybe so because I wanted you to at least give us a fair view at the time now WOHO but yemra the specifics. At the time, Ralph Bar Hospital, was a medical director was on duty as at the time. One so baby, Juma, any duties near the end until you were present. Ralph Bar, NC Pote.
Ralph Amber Ridge, Monday, 17th August, about Sunday, 16th.
Okay.
And at the time of Sunday evening, I wasn't there. It was an afternoon, evening, almost like a night shift period, by. Now, according to the video, no, they buy, as quickly as possible, no, by 2 a.m., no, not as quickly management, so by 2 a.m. Monday morning, no, not head of nursing, Mrs. Gifty, was sending a mommy.
Okay.
Say a research unit, we should go and do an incident investigation, do a situational analysis, and give her a report. And see, on that note, and I'm a little upper hand to talk about this.
Okay.
Not in any other capacity, but in the capacity as one of those who did a situational analysis, call the people that were involved. Now, you see, what has really happened. So on that Sunday, according to them, the gentleman had come seeking health care like every other person. Now, Rage and Katano, there was standard operating emergency was system be running for a very long time. Obi onimi biano. Because fracture mano senior maso no pay ka champagne for me sada me say because fracture. And yes, first come first services and they running or range hospital emergency. And it's a what the accident bumpoa. You have system be a friend of triage. You triage. You share accident cases and what that time no.
Okay.
Who was at the time no who died. And we had a patient with head injury. Or your accident and it's your boy, a man a can dream. And I wouldn't no buy and not on sound energy. And so what it meant was that you bet me up a part blood, Now I say trace one what's not their train. Now you're afraid yet, maybe, or that warning quantum. And at that incident, no medical director and the rest of the nursing team, no trauma room. Original patients now didn't assure on but there were other 8 patients sitting in front of the trauma room waiting to be seen. And right inside, according to the report.
Okay.
And so medical director, the man, honorable minister for health. And so Raymono, nurse of one at the power could need to be trace so catch and say, Uncle Yakard, according to them. Now, or cast Uncle Yakard, maybe a branch and no one funny is it,
card, no, your card,
so card the next training is say,
okay.
I think the ex-president, Kufuado, and ex-president, vice president, Baumia Erano, introduced to be a friend of digital healthcare. It's after this moment, we do not use folders at Rage Hospital.
Okay.
We use digital, it's the digital
systems.
Healthcare. But when you come, our trial system, within the first 4 minutes, every accident case should be seen, whether small or large. It is a just abrasions to Krampuna. You better pass one or Yakasaso, near Moakoya card about. So more because Oko do card for what they ask personalized questions. Nurse Nino Coco to me answer a question now. It says, wow, who is your net of kin? When I would say, one I be here, one year, and not the one that talk with card.
Okay.
But you jump at your theater. But the woman, oh, you're unconscious, who see a pie, any idea. Nobody will even answer for it because according to Ministry of Health ethics on emergency health care, or say patients be obeyed by emergency or no, the first thing is quality health care, not money. If you advance here or buy then you see a pie, no, you are card, you money be there, and son. The relatives say, but no move to us with from card buy. But for you to walk in and be very, very able, the only thing you could have done for us to while away time, identify patients and the onion was to go and do the card and come according to the night nurses report.
Okay.
And no na sebi, Edia Papa no sebio, minim, who say, we are said, Uti Asama, who say, Mienu, I am Nanka, a yes, insinum, Edia, sebi, the one any boy say, where they are not all bano, Edia, Ubika, the beer, and no dear, mean to make Casamano, because one man needs uncommon. I have a member nurse for no medical director, a general Obino. Some of mamma who and a nipa 7 and come woman nitro At least Kabako be Nanobetse. But they said the same thing. And on a one year, they just saw say was a video.
Okay.
No certain saw video no. And I'll be kind of home, a buyer be kind of home. They be microphone describe it and me and my colleagues. Almost describe it and almost say no your back or the electronic con or the tattoo electronic con. And so muhu ya nesa wash glass almost was sati obi edru. And a medical director could be saying, now we are Juma we are. The son of woman is also a story. Not just say Onua who's a dear way, you know. And yet, if you know, no one for patients are who are na then I didn't see any see video nothing. I mean, so because patient look around and you see a pino. Don't put me doing send me and any baby no. Your co patients no. Also, no baby, if you are Abia no or your good Samaritan, Abia, Yanko didn't be a rage. Sunday no, but the amaning good Samaritan, they say, Nipa 50, and off from Mount 50 motorbike so, and off from Mumba invade hospital space, and or more brew and nurse for beer, and my rotation nurse, Yayan Chianica. The phone I running in your be my when you dislocation of the shoulder, any abrasion, and that one, and the verbal torture of from 50-year-old rowdy, quote and unquote, young men in an emergency setting where there is no exit for running away from very bad patients who need our services, those on oxygen and all that. You know, it was really traumatizing looking at the faces of Onua and Onua Saturday, Sunday in rain, more duty. That man now be Samia. Now they may pick in and no. And it me who you no show.
And I don't know who did then or started say well yeah to try videos send it to social media and the idea no right. And as at the time no being in the presence no medical director and so and me and yeshi because situation na any.
No. So now that was what I was going to go into detail. It's when the medical director saw that this gentleman did not want to go to the triage process, which we insisted because nurses there said, hooliganism in healthcare is not the first time. But I say, Nankasano, Gen Z nurses now, I fire wondering. It's when I saw the boy, I see. And so no any bromo makano. And so the hooliganism is in nursing, you know. Medical director has to step up and say, okay, we don't want the crowd, bro. It's nothing. And the medical director is a practicing surgeon. It was a Branham Pounds, and that was how we did not see the gentleman again. Because by the grace of God, you know, we got a certain man. I want to honorably mention his name, with permission from my bosses at Rage. He's called Mr. Eric Sabuti. He came and was able to drag all the 50 riders away. We don't know how he even did it anyway.
And to those riders near boys are motorbikes are
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I see.
It's on no way the brand. The nurse said he left. If you think and say, oh, card number, and only for the nurse in the trauma room to hear noises. They are coming on us. Why? Is it just because I say go and do a card? Because according to nurse, now say, a brochure in the sense in on the card, not only a system, no, so not every information about him will come out. I mean, this is Ghana. We don't do that. Your information is on your Ghana card about your health care. So I short story now.
Yes.
So this was the reality of what happened according to my team. And so even though medical director stepped in to even do the future on the finger for him, that is how medical director did not see him again. Yeah.
But let's be a little bit circumspect. I mean, how deep was the cut not rough? And then a down for no enya. I mean, was it a major accident and insano etwa so deeper na hear that urgent attention one farmer ninti e kofa say before you buy ya na.
So yesterday I got to hear from the horse's own mouth when Mr. Goodman from Ministry of Health and the centralized case. That is when head of medical director told him that the wound could heal without suturing, but he wanted to suture on him anyway, so that it could fasten the healing process. But with dressing, according to the surgeon and the expert, it could heal anyway. You know, from the specialist point of view, you know, and I'm very, very circumspect here because as a nurse, my whatever I want to say doesn't matter unless the consultant comes in and says this is what should be done.
Okay.
And, you know, at that moment yesterday around 2 p.m., I drew a conclusion that the wound could actually heal with daily dressing.
Now, say wound, you know, Mama nurse, wound no bet me a healing without necessarily say your best chichi ede amanua. I mean, clearly, one could imagine say enya idea be a sheda ye deep, sir, right? In your medical practice, no. Any juma why you know, I mean situations of such nature, na consultant ne can be sir.
Okay, so let me make it very easy to understand by you and your
listeners.
Your esteemed listeners. And so, you know, according to our triage system, you know, we triage according to urgency of the patient's condition. If it's a wound, it's according to my nurses, no, they would have given him a triage score of orange and yellow. And now you have the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. And a triage patient, you know.
Okay.
What banana score red? It's just as I say, you drive the
show. Okay.
So who score orange? It's just okay. My drive the but say what? Another health record. You know what? 1 year here, now idea you know, maybe I better what? 1 year within 10 minutes. And I say who score yellow? It's just within 60 minutes. You make me a show, it's not about a show.
Okay.
Who score green within 4 hours? And I say who score blue? Normally, the year your friend was injured, and I say, buy no, not say they can pressure, or one and another one. And you know, he would have scored yellow anyway. And so what it meant was that at the time of arrival at the Range Hospital emergency, he would have been given a seat to wait for 60 minutes before he was being attended.
60 minutes, which is equivalent to 1 hour, right?
An hour, yes, sir.
Yes. And no bibia NC, bibi boni bia entono.
Yes, please. I know pono. Okay, video no ma. Now your man IV line now. You see all this fluid. So that yes. Once he started that, they started giving him something. Say, hey, Bia, you who is saying so what you chew. But hey, Bia, at the queer, yeah, no. Hey, Bia, the ball from. Hey, Bia, the chest ball from. Hey, Bia, say, in the end, start to be.
Okay. But also, and no crowd your initial process, I'm almost shy so
exactly. Now, and I triage, you know, be aware you should erase hospital triage. Be a say we are super understaffed. But you can't watch the mumbo because you see, once we are using a quality triage skill, which we have been using for the past 5, 6, 7 years, you know, everybody will be attended to anyway. But we are first come first serve. And I'm sorry, not a range emergency because we use a triage system. If, for example, we asthmatic, we will stop everything because breath is like that important thing that you see oxygen. So because you see, once the amount of oxygen now, it's just calm it down. Now for your doctor about taking information open. But what when your seizures, maybe a chest trial, maybe your sugar very, very low. Maybe what WOHO tapping, you don't call research. Red, straight, now doctor for nipa better things than nipa back home. Let's just say we are that was the process. But I said I wish you could visit the management of the emergency so that they can take you through how the trial process is being done at Range.
I will surely do that. But help me understand. I don't pay as we speak, you know. Free and draw babesi I don't pay no condition no at say Minister Ebeshramo any more kasai staff WOHO or more condition to say more okay to do your normal work.
Well, if you ask me, I'm speaking from a lot of angles. My age was regional hospital that I've seen a lot of hooliganism before, and I'm not the first time. But from yesterday, I feel that when I look at it in the eyes of my colleagues, they were super traumatized because we were not sure was he going to come back, were the police were going to give us protection overnight, So there were so many unanswered questions, but of course, as at 6 p.m. when I was leaving the hospital yesterday, I saw that the Adabaka police team were around, medical director and his team, management were there, everybody was there. Now, the team that had done the 9th on Sunday are obviously going off. And so yesterday they were not going to come to work again.
Okay.
So the team that is coming to work this night were obviously a new team that would have heard on radio, on in
social
the news
media.
and everything.
Yeah.
So there's a caveat here. It's not the same thing that is continuing work. So even if they are traumatized, they'll be traumatizing in the house. Like I say. But the also seems a instance where somebody has verbally threatened nurses who had their faces physically showing to them, telling them they will trace them next time money there. If I want to tell you, look over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Well, the one that had a broken shoulder, and by the grace of God, their enemy came our union team, and so I was super excited about how the whole management went around, because it wasn't just one person coming to solve one problem. It was a teamwork with so much dedication from everywhere. And yes, now hoping healthcare has come a long way. So I really appreciated how the whole process went around yesterday.
Do you intend, say, the health ministry, the Ghana Health Service, and the government entirely, taking certain actions or steps? Said the Beboa, Ma Monsuma Juma Mo Yeno, Ghana for Behusuma Sombo.
Yeah. I think that at this moment, I would ask for the sake of my children who want to try the same way as part of healthcare. I want a scapegoat to be punished for people to see that this is a no-go area when it comes to hooliganism. Again, I'm also expecting that the gentlemen in question are giving mental health care. I'm also hoping that somebody talks to the conscience these young men, because you see, when you punish them, what is the end game? I do understand. So I'm looking at it from a lot of. I see young men crying for help. That's how I see it. Over here, we are free baby. No, these are some cultural and traditional questions that we should be asking, because when you groom people to behave like this in your neighborhood, they'll grow up coming to chill you. And I think that with your platform, you could collapse in the hospital and expect me to take care of you.
Exactly.
I'm not saying I'll do it.
I know.
Exactly. But we have a generation called Gen Z nurses. You never know what's also in their head, Oja.
I see.
Yes. But I'm praying. I'm really praying that, especially with our union, GRMMA, they go to the help of the rotationers who lost a lot of friends, her money, her phone, all that. How she wasn't talking. Also on Kasa. But she was in pain, both psychologically, physically.
Sarah, all I want to say is that Ghanaians appreciate Mwajuma Amoye.
Thank you, sir.
We are one of the unfortunate incident. See, and Monfanche, Namonfa Komapanya Jumanso Momaino. Why?
Reggie, be so on me. Yeah, baby, I call. Yeah, Ghana Quache say Ghana. So thank you for even asking us. And now, Onua for the minimum, and I have before back. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Thank you as well. I'm grateful for your time. And incident I see and the home common. Senior nursing officer Sarah Dankwa Ananope Yenino Akasano narrating to us per investigation akoso so far their version of it, and the see.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,